recording. Okay. Way too many tabs open. Let's take out our reference. We can close this bullshit. Close this bullshit. This was what we were really referencing. This was kind of important. This, I think, we saved for later. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Still too much stuff open, but I think this is... We're kind of referencing this all, so it's kind of relevant. Okay, so we already figured that out. And then int RGBA is the next thing we're going for. And all we're doing is a texel fetch. We're using our integer texture. And we're using integer texture coordinates, which is the whole point of texel fetch. And then, you know, we looked at some of the documentation, and what is returned by texel fetch really depends on what the type of the texture is. And since this is an integer texture, we should be getting back an IVEC4. So if we've done everything correctly, that will run and it won't crash on us. So let's, and no, we fucked something up, and I'm getting, this is just... So we're mixing uint and int. Okay, that makes sense because it's an integer texture, but it's a uint texture. So maybe it's like a uivec, or is it called like, or is it called uvec? So let's move this over so we can actually see. Okay, so uvec is just not a thing that exists. Uivec is not something that exists, but maybe uvec means unsigned integer. Okay, there. So now our code's working again. So I have something that I assume is the unsigned integer value of our texel fetch. So the idea is that we are sampling with like a one-to-one mapping from the texture we uploaded to the fragment shader. So let's try to keep on going. And, right, because we're almost in the home stretch, like if we're lucky, if we're really lucky, you know, we can just take this. And we're also going to have to divide by 255. And float, we convert it to float first before we divide by 255. And it needs to be divided by 255.0 because these are float values. And if we do that, I don't know, man. I want to be able to stop this video. Gee. RG and B, what the? G, syntax error. Okay, so right here, I got my semicolons. Okay, let's take a look. Let's refresh. Okay, and this was if the frag chord is less than, and the frag chord is what is frag? Yeah, where is? I'm not even using GL frag chord anywhere. Like what? I thought that was the screen coordinate. And then say this is. Okay, is less than. So I'll take a guess. I'm gonna take some guesses here, and I'm gonna say that maybe, what about, vec2, and then the integer coordinate. If we do that, are we gonna get something? I'm gonna try that. So, you didn't see what I did, but let me... Oh boy, that's a no. And that's because I spelled that wrong, so let me change that. Okay, let's refresh. and does not like that comparison. And that's because we gotta do .x's and .y's. And then I'll show you what I'm doing after I think I got to a workable state here. Okay, that's different, that's for sure. So all I'm doing here is, right, I'm trying to see if that texture coordinate is less than the bounds of the texture. And I'm just getting this, like, ugly, so there could be a lot of things. What we could do is, B is, we could just pump B up to, like, float 255, just to, like, get some confirmation that are we even in this block at all? Because we just have one solid color, and that's not really giving us much information. Okay, so now if we look here, we have completely, filled with color kind of a thing going here. But I kind of expected that if we're doing this correctly, we have a 512 by 512 texture, and we have this canvas is like 640 by 480, so we should not be getting the whole screen colored like that. It should be like a subsection, and then it's like, what the hell, our texture fetching isn't doing shit for us right now. Our integer coordinate, let's look. What is the type of GL frag chord? GL frag chord, because I believe, like, maybe we don't even have to do all this, like, division and stuff, because, like GL frag chord should just, like, know. Now it looks like, no, this looks like GL frag chord is definitely a float value. My other thought is maybe we are, so since we're getting this, like, since we're getting just like a black or whatever, we got black. We saw that gray, but that was just black, right? Because it's just that there's alpha applied, which means that somewhere we're probably doing our math wrong, and we are, like, we're not dividing when we should be, or we're not, like, multiplying when we should be. So if this is like if this is our color right here, and this is 0 to 1 value, then this integer coordinate, this is the integer coordinate that's been denormalized. Integer coordinate, and these are not an integer coordinate, that's the texture size. Yeah, but this has been denormalized, so we should be, like, in that realm. And then the int RGBA is like a texel fetch, so maybe it's not doing what it should be doing. I'm gonna, okay, F12 int RGB. We'll do one of them will divide by 255, the other one we won't. We could try multiplying by 255. Maybe we, like, royally screwed up there. Nope. So int RGBA is a texel fetch, and we could try... Are we multiplying when we should be dividing to normalize that? No, I think... No, that would be... how about if we do a Texel fetch using the GL frag chord? We could do that and see what we get. So, like right here, instead of this, what we could do is we could do Texel fetch with the GL whatever chord. So, and we'll do like integer coordinates are IVEC2, so IVEC2 int coordinate try O2, we'll just call it try O2 equals IVEC2 and then GL frag chord dot x and GL frag chord dot y. And I gotta say that this, having to keep on putting these into a string is annoying the shit out of me right now. And then we'll just take this try O2 object or variable and we'll just throw that in there and like just see what the fuck it gets. So let's nothing. What are the LODs? Do we have the LODs wrong? No, I don't think we do, because we see... Yeah, because no, this is using LODs of... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know. I think I'm going to stop recording, and I'm going to just try to figure it out, and then I'll start recording again. I can't justify me just sitting here. I know I want to just record the whole process, but this is taking forever. I'm already recording. This content is already verbose enough. I can't justify just keeping on doing this. So I'm going to stop recording and stop thinking out loud and just try to focus on this and figure out what the fuck is going on. Just fuck this.